All Manchester United fans were hoping for a pretty straightforward takeover. Maybe that was naive of us. Last night with the chaos of the bids around the Qatari bid going in and not going in, and the Ineos bid going in but they're not going in, getting extensions from the Rain Group, I've got an interview coming out that was supposed to be lunchtime today. We're going to release it at 6 p.m. this evening with Ben Jacobs explaining all of that. And while we were talking, the news broke about Thomas Zilliacus, a Finnish entrepreneur who is putting in a bid to buy Manchester United. And in this video, I'm going to run through the full statement that was released, a press release by the novaM group explaining this bid. This bid is going to be half of the money put up by Thomas Zilliacus with a concept around fan ownership. It feels a bit mad. It feels a bit weird, but it's happening. So I'm going to cover it in this video. Please, if you do not learn anything or two, but please do subscribe because trust me, this takeover, I thought it was going to be straightforward, man. It is anything but straightforward. Let's cover this. Thomas Zilliacus, as I said, a Finnish entrepreneur. He's had, you don't need to know about his career history. It's absolutely irrelevant. Let's just run through the statement itself. The press release, as I said, I was speaking to Ben live when this came out. He received the statement. Let's run through it and go through and kind of pick apart what the statement is saying. There's lots to discuss here. Thomas Zilliacus puts in a bid to buy Manchester United Football Club together with fans. Thomas Zilliacus, the Finnish entrepreneur who is the founder and chairman of novaM Group, has yesterday submitted a bid to buy Manchester United Football Club through an investment firm owned by his holding company. And this is what the statement said. Any sport club ultimately should belong to its fans. The current development where billionaire sheikhs and oligarchs take over clubs and control them as their personal playgrounds is not a healthy trend. Now, I can't disagree with that. And I won't disagree with that. The current market value of the club is just under 3.9 billion US dollars. That means that if every one of the fans of the club would join in buying the club, the total sum per fan would amount to less than $6. My bid is built on equality with the fans. My group will finance half the sum needed to take over the club and will ask the fans through a new company that is being set up for this specific purpose to participate for the other half. If every fan joins, it means less than $3 per fan. Each fan who joins will have access to an app with which the fan from anywhere in the world can use to participate and cast his vote when deciding on footballing matters related to the club. No decisions will be taken that are not supported by a majority of the fan base. I can't believe this is actually happening. And genuinely, I'm not sure whether it is actually happening or whether or not this is just a bit of a PR attempt. Because the thing that I find strange, at the end of this statement, the email address is there, the phone number is there. Get in contact, baby, if you want to reach out to us. It feels a bit odd. There's more to this statement, though. Let's read through it. Manchester United should not only be the best football club in the world, it should also be the leading club in the world in working to stop abuse, racism, and hate speech in social media and on sports grounds. Should we be successful in our bid, we will ensure Manchester United is the best football club in the world. We'll operate on a foundation of respect, equality, dignity, diversity, racial harmony, and democracy, and with its global fan base included and involved in all decisions. And here you go. Make sure you get involved in a number. I'm going to have to reach out to that on WhatsApp, see what I can get. What's your reaction to this? Right? Is it one of brilliant? Yeah, there you go. I love we all love the idea. 50+1. We're talking about a dream Disney owner of Manchester United. We are the fans being in control of our club. Very much the German model of football ownership. That's the Disney one. And Thomas Zilliacus is saying that through this, novaM Group, he's going to put up $3 billion and that he wants fans to pay that other $3 billion. That's never going to happen. Sorry to burst your bubble, Tom. That's never going to happen. I don't think anyway. That's a pipe dream. And I don't think it will get anything past a pipe dream. But that, I'll tell you what, the Glazers are doing this. Rubbing their hands together. Because that right there is using the basis of the $6 billion valuation. The idea that he would put $3 billion up himself and the other $3 billion would come from fans. But think about this, right? As I said, it may well just be an attempt to put in, or just to take advantage, I suppose, of the exposure that this would bring. Because think about it, right? If I was to go now and I was to type in most used apps in the world by users, let's find out what this is. Business of apps. Let's see if they've got numbers next to it. No, that's not really most popular apps. They're not downloads. I want most popular apps users. Global users. Should probably research this before I did this because I had this idea in my head. Top apps by active users. Because this concept, right? He's saying down there that as part of this bid, everybody signs up via an app which they'll create. So hypothetically, it works completely. They would then have an app that has 1 billion users. Everyone's paid for the privilege of it as well. And then he gets to own top apps worldwide. Let's have a look at the data down there. Just give me the users, man. Done. Great, brilliant. Can't find it anywhere. Fantastic. My point here is that the idea of just out of nowhere, just being in control of an app that's got 1 billion users would make it one of the biggest apps in the world. I look at this with a massively skeptical point of view. I look at this more as somebody who's, I think he's got a bit of he's got a history of a sort of philanthropic ventures throughout his whole family history as well. I don't doubt that whatsoever. This, for me, seems opportunistic. But this sort of stuff is going to be happening now that the second stage, the deadline's passed, even though the bids haven't gone in. And this is also a very significant thing here. We've got confirmation from the Times that the Elliott Group have put in their bid, their minority bid, to come in and buy Manchester United. This is what the statement says down here. Elliott Investment Management has initially tabled a proposal offering financing to any potential bidders, but Elliott was among the groups given a tour, and on the back of those meetings has now decided to bid for a stake. On top of that, they will also provide financing to any potential bidders. So hypothetically, if you think about what could happen here, you've got a man willing to pay half of what it is for Manchester United. You've got Elliott Group who are willing to finance other bidders. You could potentially put 2 and 2 together and say that those two could potentially line up. Now, anything to do with Elliott, I'm waving red flags all over the shop. That's worst case scenario is the Glazers staying on. But also, the Elliott Group held to the no. But what do you think about this concept, this idea? Am I being unfair to dismiss this? This idea of, let's all buy Manchester United together. All right? I'll pay half of it. You as fans, you can pay half of it. How nice is that? As I said, the idea itself is more towards the 50+1 model. It's more towards what I would call the kind of dream concept and ownership. But on the scale required, asking 100 people to pay $3 would be difficult enough. 1,000, very hard. 10,000, extremely hard. 100,000, ridiculously hard. 1 million, almost impossible. 10 million, 100 million. No, 1 billion. 1 billion fans to pay $3 each to get access to the app. And then he buy Manchester United? I mean, good luck with that. That's the way I would describe that. Good luck with that. This strikes me as nothing more than an opportunistic way to get his name in the spotlight. Cynical as that point of view might be, and it may well be wrong, and I might just have to do reversing on this. But this is my immediate reaction to the news. I've tried to cover it in as much detail as possible with a full statement of details. Let me know what you think, but never a dull day, eh? Never a dull day. And no doubt there's going to be more names coming out as well.